Alright, hello, welcome. You may have just watched me play something, you may have not have just watched me play something. I don't know what order this will be in or if they'll even be together. Um, Long story short, hi, I am Cameron. My name is Cameron. I am sick, coming off of COVID. Uh, not not very fun times in the beginning there. It's almost 2 a.m. Um, One of the points of doing stuff on here, it's just to get better and improve myself and do things and talk about things that I like, things that I want to do but haven't done, and going back through a creative backlog that I've experienced over the last year or two, and plowing through as many little projects as I can. So, that's going to take a few different forms. Some of it pretty cool, I think. Some of it kind of stupid, but fun. Um, we'll see what actually manifests. But right now, we're talking about interactive fiction games. So when I was a kid, like I don't know if I'd say elementary school, but middle school definitely. Um, I made little video games in PowerPoint. Little maze game where you had to get a key and then use it to unlock, quote unquote, a door. And like point and click adventure games where it was like, solid shapes making out like this room of a spaceship. This is this other room, and you click on certain areas, and it becomes a link to a different slide. The maze one in particular was difficult because for some reason I had a key in there, but there's no variables in PowerPoint. So basically, there would be one slide for every possible position your little thing could be. I think you were just a black cube, and the key was a blue cube, and there was a blue line that was the door. You just had to go through this maze and get to the exit on the other side of the door. So there would be one slide for every position your little box could be in, except when you were at the square by the door, there was no option. The up arrow didn't have an actual hyperlink attribute on that slide. And so when you went and you got the key, it basically jumps you onto a separate set of identical slides. The only difference is now the blue box isn't on the map anymore. It's on, like by the arrows you click to move. And now when you get to that square in front of the door, now that, that up arrow or whatever has a link to a new slide that has your icon on the other side of the door. Then I programmed or scripted a bunch of little things in BASIC. That was like middle school era, maybe early high school. So like 96, 97 to maybe like 01, 02. Somewhere in there was a few years when I did that. I was in like IRC, QBasic chats on QBasic.com, little IRC embedded thing in there, talking to people about making games. I made some little text adventure games where you move around. And there's NPCs and stuff. I did some of that. Very fun. I played Lensmore, which is it was still around a few years ago. I checked. I assume it is still around, and that's an online text-based, text game. It's an online multiplayer text adventure game. Super fun. And I played a couple of those. There was one that was like a mech based, one. There was absurdly complicated, as far as I can remember. Um, and there was a couple I played where they had like, text actually creating images and stuff, and even stuff like ADOM and NetHack and whatever. Obviously, those are different from the interactive fiction ones, but still that same flair. The text presentation. But Lensmore was you type in there, you know, move north. You're checking your inventory. There was a combat system. You could learn spells. There's different races. It was overwhelmingly complex. And I wish I remembered any like login type info that I might have if there hasn't been like a reset or whatever. Um, yeah, and then I played a bunch of browser games that were largely text based, like door based games. I think was what they were referred to as, and then like ones where like early mobile game type stuff where like you accumulate actions or turns throughout the day, and if you log back in you could like do smaller actions more frequently than other people, or if you waited and let those actions build, then you would have more resources to do bigger things. There was like a top-down zombie survival horror game. It had a map, grid-based map with different buildings and stuff, and when you move in there, you'd get a text description, and that description would change because each map would have actual human people um, altering things. And if you died as a human, you came back as a zombie, and you could possibly go back to a human, but it was very difficult. I played a bunch of them for a long time. Don't remember any of their names. But very, very fun stuff, And then more modern, there's stuff like Sleepers, Citizen Sleeper, that's on like Switch and Steam and stuff, that is very largely text based, and it's very reminiscent of some of these interactive fiction games. Even when they've got like the mechanics that aren't text based, it's got the same vibe and feel. It definitely feels like huge inspiration, at least from the genre. Or at Tau Station, an insanely cool game that's currently just it's free online, and yeah, there's graphics and stuff, but it's all like the whole core of the game is text based, and it's very very cool. So the genre specifically, I've played Zork and stuff like that, um, and some other similar type things. But yeah, so like that sort of storybook approach to video games is something I really have a fondness for, and so I'm gonna make one on my own. I actually feel like I've got two in me. And I want to use two different tool sets to make it. So I think I've decided I want to do Adrift, which is what I'm gonna play right now, and I think I want to use Ink, which I already recorded me messing around with. Very cool. That will be with the same thing most likely, like after this. So I don't even know how to start it, but I open an adventure. This font and color scheme. This is a GeoCities website right here. Literally, look at this. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Chapter 2. I did not play Chapter 1. So I don't know anything about this. For all of these things, I have. So I knew of Inform and Twine. Those were the two tool sets for text-based or interactive fiction games that I knew of before this morning. Now I've got like 5 or 6. And I've kind of gone through a little bit of what the developer tools are capable of, but I haven't played any games. So this is the first game I played on Adrift. Second game I've played at all in this modern crop of fiction games. So very, very excited. Having to search objects, look behind, in, or under objects. View screen on the forward bulkhead in front of what... There is so much text, I can't read all of this. Do I go exit aft? Leading aft. You had better stand up first. This is... classic. Okay. You walk up to the control room doors, which open smoothly, and walk through to the gangway outside. And it looks like it tells me by control room, so that gives me like the approximate area I'm in. There's also a score. I'm not sure why. Debugger, okay. Autocomplete's a toggle. That's interesting. I wonder if you can make games that cannot use the autocomplete. Okay, and if we hit up, we cycle through previous ones. That is good. Now we... There we go. You have to put them in the pockets of your fatigues, not inside your fatigues. That you belong inside the fatigues, not the disc. The suit rack room. Turns taken 29. We've got the turn counter here too. That's some speedrunning shit right there. Who can beat Starship Quest with the least amount of turns spent, or the highest score? Ooh. Hospital smell. I don't know what these tabs are. I don't know, because these ones are blank. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, like it gets filled out, but it seems like they're just not intended to be there. I don't know, but very cool. Ooh, I like that. Auto hide. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's... I like that. Oh, I wonder what tabs you can add here. Like, can you just do whatever? Very cool. So, I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using ink. I don't know which I'll do first. I've got 2 ideas. I think one would work better in ink, and one would work better in here, but I don't know anything. Never done this before. So we'll figure it out, I guess. And ideally, if I can come out with some sort of little finished little game puzzle, little mini story thing, whatever it is, I'll share that with you when it's done. Ready. Which will not be years. It'll be like weeks, if that. Because I'm trying to do stuff. So hopefully that's fun. Hopefully that's interesting. If not, sorry. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.